it's been a minute since we've done a movie of the week. I forgot, and I was super excited to talk about this one because this one is going crazy, both good and bad. Michael is the movie of the week on this one. I'm gonna lead it off here because I have no idea what you guys thought about it. I don't think we've really even alluded to how you guys thought about it. But for those of you that don't know, I think it was sitting like at a 38. I'll check it right now critically. Yeah. And then audience score the last time I checked was 97. So you got two ends of the spectrum here, critics and audience. And I'm with the audience, man. I really, really enjoyed this movie a lot. Like, I really liked it. I have one issue with it, and obviously we'll go into that. But I am at a 9 on this movie. I enjoyed it, man. Like the music was great. Seeing him, the performances were great. I'm gonna get into all that. Both Michael Jacksons were well acted. I think that was really good. The bodyguard was well acted. He did a great job. And then you get Coleman Domingo's performance in this, which was just phenomenal. Like he should get a Oscar nomination nod, I think. So I look forward to seeing that. But he did great. So performances, music, the story. I think we can talk about that. Where I think, at least for John Campea, and I can understand this point, where he has an issue with it. But I thought it was good, and I think this is gonna make a lot of money, as it already has. I think it broke the fucking record already for biography. Music biography. Yeah.
That shit's at like 200 million already.
Shattered it, bro. They can say, I think it was like 50-60 million was the record. Shattered it. So yeah, there you go. But a 9 for me. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Like I had a good time with it. So that's where I'm at.
Mine's gonna be a little long, so do you want to go?
Sure. I'm not completely with J-Mag. My opinion is kind of in the middle, and then I have some reasons for it. But I am easily convinced it's Michael Jackson. I thought the performances were great as well. I just had some issues as far as storytelling and pacing, I guess, and we'll see when we get into it. So I'm at like right now, I want to say I'm at a 6. It's not bad though. I'm just at a 6.
I have been wrestling with this movie ever since I watched it on Thursday, pack screening, as I thought it would be. You know, when we did our movie draft, I saw Michael at the end, and I was like, "Fuck!" I completely forgot about that movie. And so I always knew this movie was going to be big, for better or for worse, for good review, bad review, whatever it's going to be. Like it's Michael Jackson. It's the king of pop. Like it's going to be huge regardless. I think this movie does things well, but I think as far as telling the story of one of the most prolific people to ever walk the planet, I think it falls short, and I think it falls short quite a bit, honestly. Everything, whether it's a music scene or like anything that did in the development of a song or a set piece, I thought was exceptional. Like Jafar Jackson in this, bro, sometimes I had to remind myself that wasn't fucking Michael. Especially the first time when he started talking, I was like, oh, fuck. Because I've heard him speak in interviews. His voice is not that soft. Like, it's on the softer side, but he tapped into some other shit to, you know, play his uncle. And man, there's some great performances in here, but that was crazy to me. Because I would believe that casting somebody to play Michael is probably one of the hardest things ever. Because not only do they have to pick up on his mannerisms, you know, like talking and things like that, but he also has to dance and sing and be able to do shit like that. And Jafar did that incredibly well. So that was really cool to see. But where the movie kind of falls for me is like actually being a movie, I guess I could say. Like for me, it just felt like scene and then scene and then scene and then scene, and to me it didn't feel like the actual flow of a movie was taking place. Like I just felt like I was seeing that this happened to Michael, that was great, and then this happened to Michael, that was great, and oh, the Pepsi thing happened, so that kind of sucked, but then this happened to Michael, that was great, and then this happened to Michael, that was great. And I don't know, like it just didn't flow that good to me as a movie. And I have all the room in the world to be biased when it comes to something like this, because just short personal story, my grandfather that passed away last year, growing up, he was the biggest, and I mean the biggest Michael Jackson fan that I knew. Like, he had all the albums on CDs, he had all these different posters, and he would be in his room laying down watching the Jacksons, the American Dream, that TV miniseries. And so in turn, when you're living with somebody and you're growing up like that, just by association, you're gonna be a fan of whatever they're into. And so I was always a big Michael Jackson fan. And when he passed away, that was that because I don't really cry when celebrities die. When Mike died, like I was destroyed. And obviously I was a little kid, so like my emotions were kind of everywhere. But that was like the first and one of the only celebrities where like that shit tore me up. And so, for a lot of people, for everyone, Mike is just so, he's in a lot of instances, he's bigger than life, man. Like, people would see this guy and they would faint. Like, he's that much of a superstar globally. And I feel like even on that front, like, the movie did an okay job of displaying how famous he was, but even people that I've talked to that have seen the movie, like, bro, he's more famous than that. Yeah. Like, it's actually insane. So, sorry for going on a long tangent here, but it's kind of crazy. I was fighting between a 7 or a 6 because I did enjoy watching the movie, but I couldn't get over that aspect of this doesn't feel like it's flowing very well.
I slightly agree with the way that you're saying that it was structured, and it's only because the way I saw the movie, like the way like it paced, it felt like, and I don't know why a lot of movies that are like biography movies, like autobiography movies, like why do they do this? But they try to make like a villain, and they try to make like the story around like his dad, obviously. And I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but it just felt so much like his life was bad because of his dad, and we're gonna just show you parts of his life and how his dad was in those parts, and it's basically forcing you to feel bad. And they did a good job at making you feel bad, but it's like I just felt like we weren't really getting. Why are you barking? We weren't really getting like a full, like, in-depth Michael Jackson story. We were getting, he tried to make y'all this, and he was being a very over aggressive dad and forcing y'all to do this and that, and
it's worse than what they showed in the movie.
Yeah, and
he used to beat the dog shit out of Michael.
And like they just like it just, I felt like it was so much of that story was too consumed with him. Like, I don't care about Joseph this much. I care about Michael, man. Like, why are we getting so much Joseph in a Michael story? And I guess he is that, like, you know what I mean? Like, he did do all that.
Yeah, he started all that.
But it's like, it felt excessive. And it was to a point where I was like, why are we seeing more of that than of Michael's life? And then by the time hours were passing, I'm like, this man is still like, we're still in the 80s. We got 30 more years to go. Like,
that was another thing. Like, it went from the tour to he was in the bad era. I was like, bro, we just skipped so much shit. What the fuck?
And then they just ended it.
And again, like, they had to cut out a lot of shit from this movie, so I didn't really harp on that point too much. But like, at the end of the day, if you're still gonna release that movie, like, there has to be some cohesion there, at least for me. I don't know, I'm speaking for me, so I don't gotta say that. But yeah, it was, I don't know, it was lacking on that front. But Andrea's in line with J-Mag. Like, she loved it, and I don't think anyone's crazy for loving it that much. Like, it's fucking Michael. It's fucking Michael.
It's just,
but yeah, I don't know if that's the aspiring movie critic in me talking, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it could have been done better.
Yeah,
I guess is where I kind of land on.
All right, J-Mag.
No, you guys aren't wrong. I mean, my issue came with the beginning of the movie, and kind of that shit was going fast. Like, that pacing was really fast. Like 1969, 1970, 1971. Yeah, that shit was jumping. I said, oh fuck. And then all of a sudden, we get the carnival concert that he had going on, and then it just jumps to Jafar being in the window. Fuck, that was like really fast. And then now that Jet's mentioning, I could see like, okay, we're on this song. All right, now we're gonna move to this song. We're on this song. Now we're gonna move on to this song. So you're not wrong for that point. But so my issues came from the beginning, the pacing. That's why it's not a 10. It's not a 10. It's a 9 for me. But I mean, yeah, I just enjoyed the movie. Like I just enjoyed Michael seeing it like that, seeing the music was hidden. Everybody was dancing. I was singing it. Well, not dancing, but I was singing with it. Gloria's over there singing with it. Like at the end of the day, you could enjoy just see this movie and just be like, fuck, man, this shit's good.
Yeah.
Seeing him do Beat It and the way he did that and brought the gangs together,
a lot.
I thought that was pretty cool. Like that was really cool. One of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene though, was when we first see Miles Teller in this, and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot you're in here and you're fucking sitting at the end of the table. Shit. I loved that scene and I loved that interaction because he kind of took control. Everybody else was like, no, don't worry, Michael, we're gonna take care of you. And Miles is like, nah, like I know exactly what you want to be, I know exactly where you want to go, and I could take you there. And I love that interaction between them, and that scene I think was really good for me. So I enjoyed that. And then Miles Teller as a character I thought was pretty cool.
Let me say your first job, fire Joseph.
yeah.
Oh shit!
How do you want
fire you?
How do you want me to? Yeah. How do you want me to do that? Fast, immediately. Like damn. Yeah. But no, I mean, I love the performances in here. Speaking on Giuliano Valdi, which was young Michael, like he killed it. Like he absolutely killed it. And I was like, damn, Jafar, you got some big shoes to fill because fuck, he did good. Like he fucking killed it. And then obviously Jafar, and I'm like, oh, fuck, all right, my bad, bro. You guys casted both Michaels perfectly, and I thought that was really cool. And then, like I said, Coleman Domingo just being that asshole. It's like you get this.
Oh my god,
you get this moment with Michael and Jafar, and the one that I can recall is when he's in the hospital. And you got Miles Teller bringing in the Mickeys. Hey, did you bring that? And yeah, I did that. And he's like, oh, cool. That's pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, it just fucking jumps to Coleman. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, damn, you're a fucking asshole. Like, I don't want to be here with you, And that goes to Cody's point. Like, damn, I don't want so much Joe Jackson. But I think in my instance, that's just Coleman doing his performance. Like, fuck, man, you're just an asshole, and I don't want to see you. And
he's. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, he's menacing in here
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. He's the prosthetics and the makeup. Like, yeah, it looks different, and then he just brings that performance out. Yeah, the roles in here, which is fucking insane. I really enjoyed it. Seeing Mike Myers, and at first I didn't know that was Mike Myers. I'm looking at it like, wait a minute. You look familiar. Is that Mike Myers? And then I didn't look it up, but as the scene went, I'm like, yeah, that's Mike Myers, the head of CBS in the office.
Yeah, he called MTV.
Yeah, he called MTV, which that was cool. Scene too.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was a great scene. Yeah, that was a great scene. So yeah, seeing Mike Myers in there, I was like, damn, that was pretty cool. Like he did a good job in that little screen time that he had, and I thought that was awesome. But no, yeah, you guys aren't wrong for your takes. I guess to me, it was one of those instances where I just kind of enjoyed what I was watching more than actually thinking about it, and
that's fine.
I enjoyed it a lot. So, where I thought it was going to end, and this is a 2-part movie, if you guys didn't know, and John Campea is like, that shouldn't be a fucking excuse for this. Like, you shouldn't need 2 parts, hence Lord of the Rings, hence fucking Dune, hence all these other movies that have 2 parts. But yeah, you can go watch them individually. But it is a 2-part movie, and it even says at the end, I think his story will continue. So we'll see where that goes. But where I thought it was going to end, it was the Beat It phase. Like he got the jacket. That's the way it started. You got the black jacket. He turns around. He finally shed Joe, and it kept going to give us that performance, which I thought, by the way, that was a great scene. I think it did show a good job of how these fans really viewed Michael, and people fainting. They had they're all right, here's another one. They pulled them over. Here's another one, and they just kept doing that, and they're just cheering, and grown men are crying because of him and things like that, just singing his music and things like that. I thought that was really well done, and that concert was cool. But to me, I think I would have liked it where it ended right there. We're like, all right, we're done with this first half and we're done with Joe. Now we're gonna get into Mike's new era without Joe. So, but I thought it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm not. Like I said, Andrea felt the same way. I don't hate that. A lot of critics were coming out, and I even saw one guy on TikTok say, it's one of the worst movies he's ever seen, and I can't get on board with crazy. That. Yeah. It's nowhere near that. There's a lot of great performances in here. One of my favorites was Kaylin Jones that played Bill Bray, which was Michael's security guard, really.
Mm-hmm.
Just throughout the whole movie, man. At first he gets hired by Joe, so he's working with Joe, but just the more that it progresses and Michael gets more famous and more money, he obviously ends up going with Michael, and you could just tell that was Michael's dad, man.
Yeah.
Like that was the person that he was closest with and was always there at every step and every turn. And I just want everything to go okay with him because he was just so nice to Michael, and nobody else really was besides his brothers were fine, and his mom was there, but his mom, nobody can stop Joe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like that performance, but everybody did good. The movie, I don't know how a part 2 is gonna play out, man. Cause now, do you just get into the allegations, and is that just the centerpiece of the whole second part? Like,
that's what it sounds like. Because Joe shouldn't be a factor after this.
Yeah.
And what else are you gonna make the villain besides himself? How do they picture it? Like, I don't think they allow them to make him like
this produced by his family.
Yeah,
so, like,
I don't think they make it out to.
How in depth does it go? That's why.
Like, I think they try to stay true to what he really was and show that the allegations really were like not true, and just showing how it affected him.
I'd be surprised if this movie takes that turn though, because they didn't do that with this first one. They didn't really, and this is what John Campia's point. He wanted more of Michael's life. Like, let's spend the actual time with learning all this stuff that he went through and doing that, instead of a quote unquote like he didn't say concert movie, type of feel good, let's enjoy the music type of movie. He wanted
it felt like a celebration of
yes, exactly, a celebration, and that's more what John Campia wanted. So I don't see them doing that all of a sudden in part 2. Like, that'd be a weird tone and a weird switch to kind of flip. But I mean, if they do, we're just gonna have to see how it gets done. So I don't know. Neverland. I mean, we could see Neverland getting done. That was a big point of him growing up in this movie, like him wanting that escape and being a child. Even from the very opening scene of, the kids are playing outside and he's looking out the window because he just wants to be a kid. He just wants to go outside and play. And him growing up the way he didn't get to do that. And so I don't know. Maybe we could do the whole Neverland thing that he got into. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know why I'd do a part 2. Like, I guess for money, but at that point, I feel
like they had to have this already planned out, right? Like, they know they already said this is going to be a 2-part movie, so they have a direction at least, right? It's not like, let's wait and see how much money this makes, and then if it makes good, well, let's do a part 2. So at least I hope so, right? I hope they have a direction for it.
Because it was originally like 4 hours, I think.
And then they had to scrap whatever they had to scrap.
They had to scrap that.
So maybe the second part can be that movie then. Maybe that's what they intended this movie to be, and then all of a sudden it's like, fuck, we can't do a majority of this movie because of what happened. Like, oh shit, then let's just make it a celebration movie. People will like that for now, and we'll see where we can pivot and do. Maybe they can. Maybe they're doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, guess we'll see.
All right. There you go, Michael. What did you settle on, Jet? 6?
I'll go with 7.
I'll go with 7. It's Michael Jackson. There you go. 6, 7, 9 from us here at LFG. But at the end of the day, our reviews are just our opinions. We encourage you guys to go out and watch this movie, gather your own opinion, come back and share your thoughts.